Welcome everybody. This is Spirit Hunter Paranormal 911. Glad you're joining us as we go on another one of our adventures. We put out a video a few days ago of another cemetery. This is a different one that we're going to. It's been told to be haunted. People have heard voices, seen shadow figures, heard sounds in there. We're going to go there and see if we can't pick up on some of that activity. Basically, though, we're going there to check out the history of it, kind of do a walkthrough, see how old some of the graves are, try to find out how old the cemetery is. But before we go on that journey, if you would, go up to the top and hit our subscribe button, or it may be down in the bottom. Be sure to share and like so the videos can get to other people. We can get more subscribers. The more subscribers we get, the more videos we can put out. Hopefully we're planning on doing a lot better videos, more the paranormal type videos. In this video that we're doing, we did do an EVP session with the spirit box, and did get a little bit of sound response. Couldn't quite make out what it was saying. Also, I did get a feeling a couple times and was hearing voices. Couldn't make those out either. But be sure to watch, and if you see anything or hear anything, leave a comment, because a lot of times we view over these videos, and a lot of times we will miss things. But some of our subscribers, they have an act of catching little things that we may have missed. So be sure to let us know. But until then, let's go on a journey and let's get started.
Here.
I don't know. You hear something? Like somebody saying hello?
No.
Might have been a bird.
Well, all I heard is just
Yeah.
like a
Might have been a bird.
Like a
I'll have to listen back to it. See if I can make out what it was. If there are any spirits here, would you please come and speak with me?
You hear that?
I keep hearing like a voice, like somebody talking.
Yeah, me too.
Sounds like it's not very close, like it's off in the distance, but...
Well, I hear sticks crunching like this.
Yeah.
I hear that.
You need to stand still so I can hear it. Make sure it's not you walking around or me walking around.
Do you hear that? Did you just hear sound like this?
Quiet, so I can hear. Back here in the back, they have a lot of space back here for more. Of course, they got a lot of land all around here. I guess they could purchase when this fills up to put more in. Yeah. Hello, anybody here? Any spirits here that would like to communicate with me? I'd love to hear from you. Not here to harm you.
Anyways, there's one right here too.
Let's walk over here. There's a historical marker over here towards this back section. Walk over here and see what it says if I don't fall down walking on this unlevel ground. Gonna run some EVPs here in a little bit and see if maybe we can't pick up some spirit voices. That was my phone just went off, that little doo-doo-doo. Says this section of the section that was donated to the cemetery. By Cody Cornelius, I believe, in 2005. So I guess Cody Cornelius owns this land back in here, and he donated this section back here. Wind gust. Makes it hard pick up any voices or sounds. The wind blowing that hard. All I hear is wind. There's a lot of military people buried here. Probably back to the Civil War, maybe even the Revolutionary War. And then, of course, on through World War I, World War II, and so on, up through the Korean War. And, you know, honor them for serving our country. Even though most of the wars, we were helping out other countries. Kind of a good deed. But a lot of them countries wouldn't have been able to do this without our help, or other countries that joined in with us to help. This is kind of unique over here. These headstones, 2 boots. You see that?
What?
These boots?
Boots?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Think you could wear those?
No.
Too big?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better
Can
grow.
you hold my jacket?
You better grow. No, I'm not holding your jacket.
Where do I put it?
Well, you should have left it in the car. You're just going to have to carry it.
Okay.
Let's see here. What's it say?
I should have left it in the car.
Looks like maybe Rita Hall. 1957 to 2017. With boots. Maybe she was a cowgirl. Loved horses, worked on ranch. Hello, are there any spirits here? Would you please come and talk with me? Do you have anything you'd like to say, or something you'd like for people to know? You can talk in my camera here, and we'll be able to hear it. There's the one over there. It's got a lot of black rock on it. I just don't understand why people would want to put black rock on a grave. Christy. That's my daughter's name. Born 1973, died 2005. Our friend, Christy. That's nice. These little markers here where families couldn't afford headstones. So it was a marker that the funeral homes usually made up and put here, and it usually had a little tag on it giving the information who it was and some dates. But of course they don't last very long out here with the rain and the weather. So now they're gone, you just don't know who's here. The only people are going to really know is going to be family, if they remember exactly where it's at. This person here must have liked Dr. Pepper. Somebody left a little Dr. Pepper bottle for them here to drink. It's a little warm out here now, almost like summer. This is what they would have looked like, when they buried them and didn't have a headstone. These are a newer style than some of the older ones. Looks like they're a little bit better protected from the weather. Born 1921, died in 1987. Born 1923, died in 1990. One over here, a couple old ones. John, looks like Nick's. Born 1869, died in 1953. Natalie, which may have been his wife. Take a look at these. Look like they're fairly old. Been here a while. Or some of them, they look so old, but they're not. Just the way they weathered. Can't make out the dates on that one. Or that one. Looks like that was just about hand carved. What we got here? Two children. Wow. Looks like a Marshall, maybe. Born in 1913 in January and died February the same year. Barely lived a month. Can't make out the dates on one beside of it. Looks like a daughter though. Sad. Here's one. Dates back. Born in 1853, died in 1919. And then one beside of it is mother and father. Born 1843, died in 1918. Walk up here and see what these look how old they go back. Kind of inside of a walled-in area. Like one of the headstones over here was damaged also. See a lot of them. Of course, don't know if some of them were just broke over the years from deteriorating, or whether somebody damaged them. Can't really make out what they say. Pretty old, I'm sure. rocker stones through here. An old rock stone that probably handmade and probably hand carved. You can see that something was kind of carved into it. I don't know if it's a name or just initials. But it doesn't have any dates, so there's no telling. Ashton, 1875 to 1960. I'd like to talk with some of the spirits here where I'm standing. If you would please talk with me. You can do so through my camera. He's up here underneath the trees. They kind of have a nice little shady spot. And I think a lot of people back in the early days, that's where they wanted to be buried, underneath a big old oak tree or pine tree, probably just any tree.
Pine tree.
There's a car off in the distance. (1858 to 1932). I could do a little more research, like I say, on this cemetery or this area even, to kind of find perhaps some names of some of the first settlers that came in to this area, like I'm doing on a lot of the other cemeteries that I've been checking out, trying to find out how far back they go. Here's one, a child, a baby. I guess it was born and died the same day. I mean, it could have been stillborn, don't know. Back in 1931. Always been curious since I've been doing this as to, on a child that dies at a young age. I know they really don't talk. They just make kind of noises, learning how to talk or speak. I'm just kind of curious and wondering that once they pass away, does that change? Are they able to speak then? I've heard stories and from other fellow investigators on the paranormal that say that they are able to speak, just like they would be older, like a teenager or even an adult. But I haven't come across any of that yet. And I've also heard that when an animal, one of your favorite pets or something, dies and you bury it, that supposedly they get a voice to where they can talk to you. There's so many things about the spiritual world, the afterlife, that people have so many questions and don't have answers for. And that's kind of one thing that I'm doing, trying to communicate with spirits, find out, what happens after death. There's just a stone here, no markings. If there's a spirit, whether you go to heaven, we know that your body is buried in the ground where it stays, from what everybody preaches and tells you. But supposedly your spirit leaves your body and goes to the afterlife through the light. That's what everybody says, the stories, but you can't confirm that that's actually what happens. Nobody really knows. It would be nice to be able to communicate with some of these spirits. That could actually give you more of a documented verification that that's actually what happens, or other documentation of what really does happen after you die.
Can I go back to the car?
Hello, any spirits here? Sure like to talk with you if you will talk with me. We had hiccups there. My name's Tim. I'm just doing... I thought I heard a voice over there. Just doing some research on graveyards, how far back they date, what type of settlers lived in this area. Find out how some of the children had died, whether it was some kind of disease. I'm sure they didn't have a lot of medicine back in that time for a lot of the illnesses that go around like we do today. There's just about a cure for everything. If there's any spirits here, would you please come and speak with me? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Hello? I'm not here to harm you. I just like to communicate. I still like to know what's buried over there where them stones are. Because I would say that was some of the first ones that were really in here. Either that, like this one over here, it's got the old fashioned stone around it. That could be the first one here. Just don't know. Could have been just a cowboy that died right here, and that's where they buried him. And when people moved into the area, they just started burying their loved ones, family here.